Hello, my name is Milan Sharma, and I have some breaking news to share with you. And according to RT News, 82 were killed and 534 injured civilians in Yemen after it hits a funeral in Yemen. So let's look at the details. A bombardment carried out by Saudi-led coalition jets has rocked a funeral ceremony in the Yemeni capital of Sana'a, killing or injuring 616 people altogether. 616 people. The Saudi-led coalition targeted a building hosting a Houthi funeral ceremony. So it says in here it was actually targeting a Houthi funeral. It was targeting the funeral, killing a total of 82 people. It's unbelievable. Over 80 people were killed by this. Dozens. The last one was 70. Okay? And the United States actually gave them weapons to do this. Over a third of their airstrikes hit civilians and hospitals. This is according to a local health minister, Ghazi Ismail, said during a press briefing. According to the official, 534 more have been wounded as a result. Ismail's deputy, Abdul Salam al-Madani, said that the bombardment was carried out by the coalition jets, as cited by Reuters. A missile tore through the hall of the building, leaving many dead and injured, Reuters reported earlier, quoting eyewitnesses. According to the news agency, a medic said that he saw, quote, mutilated and charred bodies. It's horrible. Adding that the funeral was being held for a deceased father of the Houthi rebels. So, I mean, so the Saudis are so horrible people. The regime, the regime of violence is so horrible that during a funeral where they should be it's a civil event, they just bombed them. It's crazy. According to the Associated Press, earlier reported that at least 45 had been killed, and now it's about double that. Quote, the place has been turned into a lake of blood. A rescuer, Murad Tawfiq, was quoted by the news agency as saying. And they show pictures online. You can look at that on Twitter. On the Yemen Post newspaper, you can look at that on Twitter on there. Earlier images of a destroyed building, partly still aflame, have emerged on social media, with some people alleging the devastation was caused by the Saudi-led coalition strike. So it's not 100% official. However, there's been so many. Saudi Arabia has been targeting Yemen all the time. They're probably practically the only people that are bombing them, except for us. The Riyadh-led coalition, meanwhile, brushed aside all accusations. In a statement, the alliance said that, quote, no air operations have been conducted in the area of the blast. So they say, of course, the coalition claims that there wasn't anything. However, I don't see a suicide bomb killing all those people in a funeral. It just doesn't make sense. And here it says, U.S.-backed Saudi war criminals. So wait, I know you think I said this wrong. It says U.S.-backed Saudi war criminals bombed more than 3,000 Yemeni mourners in the mourning hall in Sana'a. Saudi kill innocents when they're defeated. So that's a little off there. So tensions in Yemen spiraled after President Saleh was deposed in 2012. In response, his Houthi supporters, reportedly aided by Iran, seized the capital city before advancing to the south. In March of 2015, the Saudi-led coalition began airstrikes in order to stop Houthi advances and restore Hadi to power. One of the deadliest attacks occurred after the coalition's aircraft attacked a crowded marketplace in Mastaba, a village in Yemen's northern Hajjah governorate in April. The UN Children's Agency, UNICEF, put the death toll from the airstrikes at 119 people, 22 children. Man. In August, at least 11 people were killed and 19 injured in an airstrike that targeted a hospital in northwest Hajj province, according to Doctors Without Borders. And I actually did a video on that earlier. You can look at my channel, subscribe to it, and you can look for that for yourself to watch. Earlier this month, at least 10 children were killed and almost 30 injured at a school in northwest Yemen. That strike was also blamed on the guess who? Saudi-led coalition. So they just show all these Twitter posts of the pictures that you can see on there. I'll go a little bit slower and show that. Man, this is horrible. Man. So basically my commentary on this, it's a result of not, and I'll tell you why America is to blame for this, because it's a result of our foreign policy. Now, why would you say that? If it's Saudi Arabia doing the airstrikes, why would you say that's a result of ours? Well, because if we sell them between $15 and $25 billion in weapons deals, and we don't condemn them for what they're doing, such as bombing innocent civilians in Yemen, well then why would they stop? Why would they stop their oppressive regime if we're rewarding them by giving them weapons? It's like when Ronald Reagan gave the Mujahideen weapons to take out the Soviet Union, and then they had all these weapons and they were radical. So they're like, oh, what do we do? We're not just going to throw away the weapons. We're going to use them. So it's basically the same methodology right here.